Call this regular meeting of council to order for October the 15th, 2024 at 7:03 p.m. I'd like to recognize that we're on Treaty 5 territory, ancestral land, and this is wage creation, the homeland of the Red River Métis. Next, I'd like approval of the agenda. Councilor Fitzpatrick. Councilor McIver, all in favor? Carried. Next, we'll go community comments, feedback.
Ron Matichuk, 20 Ash Street. At last week's meeting, I heard from your director who was present that money was added to the road renewal program this year due to changes to the scope of work. Can you let me know what them changes were?
Anthony?
Yeah, we can report back on that. I'm sure you can put together whatever the scope of work change was.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Seeing no one else in the room, I will move on. Adoption of minutes. 5.1. Adoption of minutes of the regular meeting of council, September 23rd, 2020. Resolution 2024-130, moved by you, Councillor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councillor McIver. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held in council chambers, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, September 23rd, 2024, be adopted as circulated. Administration?
Nothing further.
Anything further from council?
Nothing further.
Call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. President. 5.2 is adoption minutes for committee of the whole, October the 7th, 2020. Resolution 2024-131, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councillor McIver. Be it resolved that the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting of council held in council chamber, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, October the 7th, 2024, be adopted as circulated. Administration.
Nothing further.
Council.
Nothing further.
Call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Next, we'll move into resolutions. Resolution 6.1 is a resolution authorizing administration to enter into a fire protection agreement between Valley Canada Limited, Manitoba Operations, and the City of Thompson. Resolution 2024-132, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councillor Sod. Be it resolved that council authorize administration to enter into a fire protection agreement between Valley Canada Limited, Manitoba Operations, and the City of Thompson until February 28th, 2030. Administration. Anthony?
Yeah, so the city of Thompson and Valley have had a long-standing understanding that if one organization had a fire, the other would come to assist. Though there's never anything in writing formalizing that understanding between the two organizations. We were contacted by the Office of the Fire Commissioner earlier in the year, recommending that we formalize that relationship so that it's clear who's responsible for what and when things are supposed to happen, who does what for who. So this will be one of the first ones, I believe, in the province between a municipality and a corporation to provide that kind of, usually between municipalities it's called mutual aid, but because this is between a corporation and a city, it's a fire protection agreement. This one's seen as a bit different because in southern municipalities, they have someone to call on that's very nearby. Whereas because Thompson's so remote, we have to rely on business partners and others to provide that. So this has been gone through with our legal counsel, Valley's legal counsel, reviewed by the Office of the Fire Commissioner, as well as our insurance company. All of them have signed off, and said everything's fine. So the recommendation tonight is that council approves signing this agreement.
Thank you. Councillor Fitzpatrick is the mover. Do you have any comments?
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I'm in agreement with this. I think it's a good fit for both city and ballet. They have worked together collaboratively in the past, and it's always been mutual respect. So I'm definitely in favor of this.
Thank you. Any other comments from council? Deputy Mayor Valentine.
Thank you, Mayor Snook. I'm in support of this also. It's hard when you have words in an agreement. I don't think they clearly can put how we work together and how ballet is overwhelmingly always willing to answer our call. I mean, there's more to just the fire part of this. They do the air quality testing. They repeatedly phone through these emergencies to see if they need anything. So I don't want it just to be a formal agreement. There's a lot of things that they do for us during these fire emergencies that we can't put into words on paper, but definitely thank them for how they support us when we've had some of these huge fires. Likewise, I know we would do the same if they called on us, but I think that's worth mentioning. Thank you.
Thank you. And Councillor Oberdorfer.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm in support of this agreement. And echo the comments of my fellow councillors. I just wanted to point out that I believe there's a typo in 4.1, but otherwise, no concerns, and I'm happy to see this on the agenda, and I look forward to continuing our partnership with them. Yeah, 4.1 in the second last, 4.1, the second last sentence, it just says by the, like, requested by the, and it's all by the twice. But otherwise, everything is good.
Do we know that they're?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Any other comments? Hey, to me, this is also a very good, thing to have, and as Deputy Mayor said, we haven't had to wait for no official agreement to help each other out, so this is firms it up for us. So call for the question, all those in favor? Carried. Six point two is a resolution to approve the land lease agreement for lot 21 plan 55901 PLTO Crane Street. Resolution 2024-133, moved by Councillor Saw, seconded by Councillor Oberdorfer. Whereas the city of Thompson is in receipt of a land lease agreement from Turkey Lawn and Storage for lot 21 plan 55901 PLTO, and whereas the cost of the lease fee will be subject to the city of Thompson annual fee and fine schedule. Now therefore be it resolved, the council approved the lease agreement between Turkey's Lawn and Storage and the city of Thompson for the following property in the city of Thompson, being lot 21 plan 55901 PLTO. Administration. Lyle?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Yeah, so this is a land lease request and following our standard land lease documents. So they would be using the land for storage of vehicles and equipment, fenced, no permanent structures. Again, as per our standard land lease. This was discussed in committee last week and are bringing forward for resolution.
Thank you. In paragraph 1, it says turf turkey, and in paragraph 3, it's plural turf turkeys, so I don't know which one is right. Go to Councillor Saul, as the mover. Do you have any comments?
Nothing to add, thank you.
Any other council comments? Councillor Wong?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Can you be specific what exactly when the use of land under the beam? When you say the lease shall use the land as a parcel of land as a contractor yard to store vehicle and equipment. So I'm not quite understand that part. Is it personal equipment, personal vehicle, or for public, for customer?
So as I understand, it's their contracting company, their equipment for that. That's why it's called a contractor yard. So that's the definition that we have in our zoning bylaw for that zone. So that's why that wording was selected.
Okay.
It was reviewed by them and
I'm sorry, yeah, I kind of know what's the purpose, I just want to make sure the language is correct, that way there's no problem later on.
was storage of vehicle equipment related to the units. You're talking about, sort of, what was the paragraph again? Oh, yeah, 1B.
Yeah.
So that was what we were informed when we had this discussion with them, and that was what was provided to us in this document. No problem.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
And I will make note of the plural and make the proper correction.
Actually, Tammy has already changed it. Thank you. With that, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Point 3 is a resolution to approve the renewal of the land lease agreement for Lot 2 Plan 2875 PLTO North Division Popeyes. Resolution 2024-134, moved by Councillor Oberdorfer, second by Councillor Lundmark. Whereas Mrs. Lavoy is requesting to renew her lease agreement for Lot 2 Plan 28758 PLTO North Division. And whereas the cost of the lease fee will be subject to the city's Thompson annual fees and fine schedule. Now therefore be it resolved that council approve the renewal of the lease agreement between Alice Lavoy and the city of Thompson for the following property in the city of Thompson, being Lot 2 Plan 28758 PLTO North Division. Administration, Laura?
Yeah, so good evening again. This lease has been in place with the city for a number of years. The previous lease was a 10-year lease that was signed in June of 2014, and as such then expired in June of 2024. They've asked for the lease to be renewed. They are actively selling the business, but need to have a lease in place to show kind of security of the land. Once the business does sell, as we've done with other properties, we would put a new lease in place with a new business owner. But this is being done just to kind of help them along with the process. We've again put in our standard template. This is not a fixed term lease as the last one was. It's an annually renewed lease, as per I think all but 2 of our existing leases.
Thank you. Councillor Oberdorfer, the mover, do you have any comments?
No, I'm in support of this resolution. As administration mentioned, we've had an ongoing lease with this individual for their business property for some time, and I don't see any concerns with renewing it. Thank you.
Further comments? The question, all those in favor? Carried. .4 is a resolution to approve the tabulation of prices for the request for proposals for the development plan and zoning bylaw update. Resolution 2024-135, moved by Councillor Saw, seconded by Councillor Oberdorfer. Be it resolved that council approve the recommendation of the review team and award request for proposals for the development plan and zoning bylaw update to HTFC for the amount of $129,985 plus additional taxes as per request for proposal number 11024. Administration, Lyle?
Yeah, so good evening. Again, this item was discussed with the committee last week. This is our development comment zone bylaw update. The review committee reviewed all the proposals, again, looking at not only technical store value added items and things like that. We talked a little bit about SEPTED, the crime prevention through environmental design, and that will be incorporated in some of our new documents. So, as per recommendation, we would like to award this to HDFC and get this work started. Thank you.
Okay. There was one more sentence in that bylaw that wasn't on my sheet. And be it further resolved that the additional cost of $10,000 be borne from the Canada Community Building Fund. Yes, the gas tax fund. Okay. Councillor. Councillor Saws, the mover, do you have any comments?
No, I would say that, thank you to the administration for going through the process. I'm very much in support of this. As outlined by the Director of Development Technical Services. The last, zoning bylaw was updated back in 2012, the last Thompson Planning District zoning bylaw. 1984, so it's past due, to update this. I think this is a real opportunity for us to, through our collective input, to have a very forward thinking document that will hopefully help guide the business of council over the next 5, 10, 15 years. So I look forward to getting the process started. I look even more forward to having everyone be part of that process, because the document will be as good as how much input we get from council and all of our partners in this. So, but thank you again to the administration for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Councillor Wong.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think Thompson, it's time to change the bylaw, I mean zoning bylaw. But the question I like to know is like, this is existing is already, we already have all the building in place, the city is already built. So all this zoning that will be probably easier to apply in the new area, if, let's say in the future, right? So the old area will be a little bit tough to change it around, because like you only don't have to cooperate with that kind of changes sometimes, right? Just like whatever the earlier conversation we had. Of course, I'm going to support it because we need to move forward for this type of thing. But one question I'd like to ask is this company that highly recommend by AMM as well?
Anthony?
AMM wouldn't be allowed to give us recommendations like that, but we have spoken
Also,
with.
Under the list of the AMM.
I think,
Does it recommend? Sorry, I shouldn't use recommend.
I don't know if AMM would have anything, no, but I do know that out of the Manitoba, what is it, the Manitoba Provincial Planners, that this is a prominent company out of the Planners Board. And they show off their work when we're at those symposiums. And I believe they recently did a plan for past recreation in the town of Fall.
Kelsey, part of Kelsey.
And our of Kelsey, so we've seen their work other places.
Live?
If I can add, and maybe I can ask the chief building inspector to chime in here as well. Council, with regard to comment about new areas, that is correct. It would apply to new areas going forward. But if there are substantial changes to existing buildings, they would have to bring that building up to compliance. So using with shoppers and fun. So if there's a substantial change to the footprint of the building, they have to comply with the new code. That makes sense.
And it would be the same, the people that come to us for changes or zoning differences in that, then they would have to go by the new bylaw.
That's correct.
Yeah. But hopefully it don't happen all the time, so we don't want all the buildings burned, so we have to use it. We don't want that.
Two more examples, but I know.
I understand your point,
Yeah.
I don't like to see that anyway. But if you look at the math, I think the company is not bad. The rate is about $150 an hour. Compared to the other one, the second high is 170. So I think if they really do that work for 854 hours of doing this, I think the price is okay to me. So anyway, thank you.
Any other comments? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. .5 is a resolution to authorize administration to enter into the Operation Red Nose Agreement. Resolution 2024-136, moved by Councillor Lundmark, second by Councillor Oberdorfer. Whereas Safety Services Manitoba has been authorized to manage the Operation Red Nose program in Manitoba. And whereas Safety Services Manitoba is requesting that the city of Thompson be identified as the host to operate the local Operation Red Nose organization campaign in the city of Thompson. Now therefore be it resolved that council approve the request from Safety Services Manitoba, identifying the city of Thompson as the host organization and enters into a contract between Safety Services Manitoba and the city of Thompson for Operation Red Nose 2024. Anthony?
This is an annual resolution that comes before council to allow this organization to operate. I believe we maintain a bank account for them. And then really the Operation Red Nose group organizes themselves to deliver the service within the city of Thompson.
Thank you. Councillor Lundmark is the mover. Do you have any comments?
Just, yes, Madam Mayor, thank you. I'll be supporting this. Of course, as you said, in the resolution, this is an annual process we go through with the agreement, and it's a great service that's provided at the right time of year, keeps our streets safe. Thank you for helping us bring it.
Thank you. Other councillors comment? It's definitely Operation Red Nose, definitely a great organization to help people get home safely during the Christmas rush and that. And I have served and drove people home for a number of years, and it's actually quite an experience. So, and it's a lot of fun. So maybe council will have to get out there one night one or two nights this year and step up to the plate. We did it a couple years, so it's time to get back.
It's a good time.
Anyway, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. .6 is a resolution to appoint a designated officer to bid at the tax sale auction for the properties listed in the 2023 designated year. Resolution 2024-137, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councillor Lundmark. Whereas pursuant to 374 of the Municipal Act, municipality may bid on and purchase property at a public auction and may direct a designated officer to bid on its behalf. Now therefore be it resolved that council authorize Anthony McInnes, city manager, to bid on behalf of the city of Thompson at the December 12th, 2024 tax sale auction. Administration.
So this is an annual resolution that comes forward as part of the tax sale process. Passing this resolution allows council to basically appoints me to bid on your behalf. And closer to the tax sale date, we would have a meeting where council can review the properties. If there's any particular properties that you'd like me to bid above the reserve bid, because you want to acquire those properties, I would so bid on your behalf. So.
Thank you. Councillor Fitzpatrick is mover.
Not the mayor, it's just a housekeeping issue, the way I see it. Thank you.
Any other comments? Seeing none. Oh, Councillor Shaw.
Thank you. Just one general question. The 2023, remind me as to why that was not showing up on. I know that the base year is 2022, but.
I would not be able to answer that. That would be a question for our CFO.
Okay.
Councillor Oberdorfer.
Thank you. I was just gonna add, if you look at, you'll see those, memo, just in the way that she describes it in the memo, and then if you look at the, guess the tabulation itself. It says subtotal to October 2024, so my understanding when I read it is that the last column includes 23 and 24. 22, I think, has to be separated out just based on the way that she's described what's happening with the tax sale. Because currently we're looking at up to the end of the fiscal year for 2022, which is why it lists 2022 arrears. And then it states here that near auction time, it would include 23, 24. I think that's why it's including what those 23, 24 penalties would be.
Anthony?
Yeah, I think that's actually the next resolution that we're gonna pass.
Oh.
Yeah, so those calculations, we can make those adjustments, but this one is right now just appointing me as the person to bid. And the next one will be to put a reserve bid on each property of what's in the arrears.
Okay, so
That's the memo that's attached to this resolution.
Yeah, she's attached it for both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that one refers to the next resolution, you're saying? That second?
The second part refers to the next resolution.
Councillor Saw?
thank you, yeah, that makes a little more sense, because, yeah, I don't think the French suites are under that. So, but that sounds like, okay, fair enough.
Call for the question. All those in favor? 6.7 is a resolution to approve City of Thompson placing a reserve bid in the tax sale for the properties listed in the 2023 designated year. Resolution 2024-138 moved by Councillor Saw, seconded by Councillor Fitzpatrick. Whereas pursuant to 372 of the Municipal Act, a municipality may set a reserve bid in the amount of the tax arrears and costs in respect to the property. And whereas purchase to S 252(2) of the Municipal Act, a municipality shall collect outstanding charges for water and wastewater services in the same manner that ordinary taxes are collected. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Thompson place a reserve bid on all properties in the tax sale for the property listed in the 2023 designated year in the amount of all arrears, including taxes, water and wastewater services and costs in respect of each property. Administration.
This is the second part of the housekeeping for the reserve bids. This will be the minimum bid that each property would be sold for to the public at the public auction for the tax sale. It has the amounts listed for 2021 and 2022, which makes up the 2023 year. And these numbers are not fixed. They will change as we get closer, as additional penalties will be incurred. And if the owners have, although there shouldn't be any more utility, but any more penalties that have incurred over that period would be added on along with any tax sale costs for the processing of the file.
Councillor Saul, Luther, do you have any comments?
No, thank you.
Any other comments? Council? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. That's it. Call for adjournment. Councillor Fitzpatrick, Councillor Oberdorfer, all in favor. We are adjourned, 7:32.